Hello, my name is Dr. Diwan S. Raja. Today I will discuss about the anatomy of the submandibular ganglion. The submandibular ganglion is a parasympathetic ganglion. So it is a parasympathetic ganglion and it is one of the four parasympathetic peripheral ganglion. Those are located in the head and neck region. Others are the ciliary ganglion, the pterygopalatine ganglion, and the otic ganglion. The submandibular ganglion, this submandibular ganglion provides parasympathetic innervation. We can call it secretomotor innervation. Secretomotor innervation to the submandibular gland, submandibular and sublingual salivary glands. We got the submandibular ganglion. Then we'll go to the location of the ganglion, where it is located. It is a small fusiform ganglion, suspended from the lingual nerve. Suspended from the lingual nerve. It is located on the hyoglossus muscle. Okay. Located on the hyoglossus muscle. And the hyoglossus is one of the extrinsic muscles, of the tongue. We have other extrinsic muscle like genioglossus, this is hyoglossus, chondroglossus, styloglossus, palatoglossus. This is one of them. And over the hyoglossus, we'll get the submandibular ganglion. Okay, above the submandibular duct, and the deep part of the submandibular gland. We got the location. This is a small fusiform ganglion suspended from the lingual nerve. Lingual nerve is a branch of the mandibular nerve. Mandibular nerve is a branch of the trigeminal nerve, that is the fifth cranial nerve. So it is suspended from the lingual nerve, located on the hyoglossus muscle, above the submandibular duct, and the deep part of the, and also above the deep part of the submandibular gland. So we got the location. Now we have to know the relationship. We have two types of relationship like other parasympathetic ganglion. One is functional relationship. Another one is topographic relationship. Functional relationship, that means it is a parasympathetic ganglion. We have to know through which nerve the parasympathetic fiber goes to the submandibular ganglion. So it is functional relation. It is related to the facial nerve through the chordae tympani nerve. Chordae tympani nerve. This is the functional relationship. How about topographical relationship? Topographically, it is related to the lingual nerve. Okay, we got that. We got the functional relationship and topographical relationship to that of the lingual nerve. So we got the relationship. So if this is the hyoglossus muscle, then our ganglion should be here on the this is hyoglossus. This is the ganglion, and this ganglion is suspended from the lingual nerve. This is the lingual nerve. Okay, this is the lingual nerve, and the ganglion, this is the submandibular ganglion. Submandibular ganglion. It is over the hyoglossus muscle. Hyoglossus muscle is a skeletal muscle extending from the hyoid bone to the tongue. Okay, and this is the lingual nerve. That is a branch of the mandibular nerve. That is a branch of the trigeminal nerve. Okay, so it is topographically related to the lingual nerve, and it is also getting the parasympathetic innervation by means of the chordae tympani branch of facial nerve that goes along with those fiber goes along with the lingual nerve. It will go to this ganglion. Okay, and they will synapse here. Okay, they will synapse, and that will go to supply the submandibular gland here. Submandibular gland. This is submandibular gland. Okay, so from here we'll get the postganglionic fiber to the submandibular gland, and some of the postganglionic fiber will go again to the lingual nerve and will distribute it to the sublingual gland. This is the sublingual gland. Okay, so this is the chordae tympani branch of the facial nerve. Chordae tympani nerve is a branch of facial nerve. It will make an acute angle to the lingual nerve and go along the lingual nerve to distribute the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber to the submandibular ganglion. This is the ganglionic cell, parasympathetic neuron cell body. From there we'll get the postganglionic fiber that will go to the submandibular gland. Some of the postganglionic fiber will go through this route, sensory route of the lingual nerve here, go to the sublingual gland. Okay, so chordae tympani nerve is a branch of the facial nerve. Lingual nerve is just giving the sensory innervation. So like all other parasympathetic ganglion, we have three types of fiber. One is parasympathetic fiber, nerve fibers certainly. Okay, we have the sympathetic fibers, we have the sensory fibers. So that we discussed in other videos of like the otic ganglion, also the pterygoplatean ganglion and ciliary ganglion. If you have any chance, you can look at those videos. Okay, so parasympathetic fiber, this has two components, preganglionic, postganglionic. Sympathetic fiber has also two components, preganglionic, postganglionic. Sensory fiber has not such type of preganglionic, postganglionic components. Okay, so this is chordae tympani nerve. It carries preganglionic fiber up to the ganglion. Then there will be a synapse here, relay. Then postganglionic fiber will go to the gland. Okay, what is a sympathetic fiber? Sympathetic fiber will go to the gland. As postganglionic fiber, it will go through the ganglion without any relay. So suppose this is the facial artery. In its wall, we have the sympathetic postganglionic fiber. From there, it will go to the ganglion without any relay. It will go to the gland. Even sympathetic fiber will go through this ganglion, may go through the anterior sensory roots, through the lingual nerve, again go to the sublingual gland. So sympathetic innervation is coming from the plexus around the facial artery. Plexus around the facial artery. Okay, this is actually sympathetic plexus. Sympathetic plexus around the facial artery will get, these are the postganglionic fiber because they are coming out of the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. Okay, so we'll get the postganglionic fiber. Before that, we will get the preganglionic fiber before the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. So let's start one by one. Okay, so parasympathetic chordae tympani nerve, branch of facial nerve. Sympathetic, coming out of the sympathetic plexus around the facial artery. These nerves are postganglionic because they come out of the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. They will go through the ganglion without any synapse, without any relapse, without any relay. Okay. Sensory is carried by the lingual nerve, that is a branch of the trigeminal nerve. So let's start one by one. Let's go to the parasympathetic fiber. From where they begin. Okay. Parasympathetic fiber, they begin from the superior salivatory nucleus. Superior salivatory nucleus. What is nucleus? Nucleus is the collection of nerve cells in the central nervous system. Where is our superior salivatory nucleus? It is located in the lower part of the pons. Lower part of the pons. Okay. Then it goes to the facial nerve. Facial nerve. Which part of facial nerve? The sensory part of facial nerve. We call it nervus intermedius. Nervus intermedius. that is the sensory part of the facial nerve. Okay, so superior salivatory nucleus, facial nerve. Facial nerve, we know that it enters the internal acoustic meatus, okay, and it passes through the pittus part of temporal bone, and chordae tympani nerve is a branch of facial nerve, that is the chordae tympani nerve. Chordae tympani nerve, that is a branch of the facial nerve. Chordae tympani nerve crosses the tympanic cavity medial to the handle of the malleus. Malleus is one of the bony ossicles. So it crosses the tympanic cavity medial to the handle of the malleus. Okay, you have to know that facial nerve has a branch chordae tympani. Okay, chordae tympani nerve comes out of the cranial cavity through the petrotympanic fissure. Facial nerve comes out of the cranial cavity. Facial nerve comes out of the cranial cavity through the stylomastoid foramen. This is the styloid process. This is a mastoid. Through the stylomastoid foramen, the facial nerve should come out. How about the chordae tympani nerve? Chordae tympani nerve comes out of the cranial cavity through the petrotympanic fissure. This is the petrotympanic fissure is here. This is the petrotympanic fissure. Okay. So the two exit for two nerve, not the same exit. So facial nerve gives a branch called chordae tympani around 5 mm above the stylomastoid foramen, and chordae tympani nerve, branch of facial nerve, comes out of the cranial cavity through the petrotympanic fissure. Remember that, how it comes out through the petrotympanic fissure. Okay. How facial nerve comes out of the cranial cavity? It comes out of the cranial cavity through the stylomastoid foramen. Mastoid foramen. Okay, we got that. So we got the facial nerve is branch chordae tympani nerve. The chordae tympani nerve unite with the lingual nerve. This is the lingual nerve. Okay, unites with lingual nerve. Okay, and its fiber goes through the lingual nerve. Okay, so the preganglionic fiber, just it is going along with the lingual nerve. Okay, so this is the site of union, but its fiber will go to the submandibular ganglion. Okay, we go to the submandibular ganglion. Mandibular ganglion. What fibers? Fibers of the chordae tympani, the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber will follow the lingual nerve, will go to the submandibular ganglion. Okay, then it will be distributed to the submandibular gland. The postganglionic fiber distributed to the submandibular gland, sublingual gland, and anterior lingual glands. Anterior lingual glands. So this is the distribution of the parasympathetic fiber. Again try superior salivatory nucleus, then the facial component, the sensory component of the facial nerve, we call it nervus intermedius. Facial nerve will enter into the pittus part of temporal bone, and chordae tympani nerve is a branch of facial nerve that will cross the tympanic cavity just medial to the handle of the malleus. Chordae tympani nerve carries the preganglionic parasympathetic fiber. Okay, but remember one more thing. regarding the chordae tympani nerve. This lingual nerve, it will ultimately go to the tongue. Okay, this is a tongue. This is a tongue. Okay, and from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue, except the vellet papillae, the chordae tympani nerve fiber here, it will also go along the lingual nerve. Okay, and from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue, the taste sensation is carried by the chordae tympani nerve along with the, it will go along with the lingual nerve and it will go to the chordae tympani nerve, that is the gustatory fibers. Okay, so we got the chordae tympani nerve, it carries preganglionic parasympathetic fiber, it carries taste fiber from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue except the vellet papillae that goes along with the lingual nerve, then go to the lingual nerve, then it go to the chordae tympani nerve. So these fiber are the part of the chordae tympani nerve. Okay, here it go to carry the taste sensation. Okay, we got the parasympathetic. Now we go to the sympathetic component of the ganglion. This is our ganglion, the submandibular ganglion. Sympathetic component we discussed previously. Okay, we have the lateral gray horn of the spinal cord. Suppose this is the spinal cord here, the lateral gray horn. Okay. Okay. So this is the intermediolateral gray horn. Suppose this is T1, maybe T2. Okay. Intermediolateral gray horn. Gray horn. Okay. Gray, you may spell G-R-A-Y, G-R-E-Y, gray horn. Okay. So from here it will go, we'll get the, this is the preganglionic neuron. From there we get the nerve fiber, preganglionic fiber, go out along with the ventral nerve root, then the spinal nerve, that it will go to the sympathetic chain of ganglion. Okay, sympathetic chain of ganglion. It will go to the sympathetic chain of ganglion by means of the white rami communicants, and then it will go to the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. This is the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. Okay, so lateral gray horn or intermediolateral gray horn, ventral nerve root, spinal nerve, then we have the white rami communicants. It enters the sympathetic trunk. There is a cervical sympathetic trunk. It has three ganglion, inferior, middle, superior ganglion. So nerve fiber, this is a preganglionic fiber going there, and you will get the postganglionic fiber from here that will follow the blood vessel, maybe the external carotid artery, internal carotid artery, ultimately going to the facial artery. Here is the facial artery. It will make plexus around the blood vessel, on the wall of the blood vessel. It will be distributed diffusely. Okay, here is facial artery. There is a branch of the external carotid artery. We have a plexus there. From plexus, the sympathetic fiber will go. These are all are postganglionic sympathetic fiber. They will not relay, they will not synapse, they will go through the ganglion, will distribute along other structures to the submandibular salivary gland, sublingual gland. Okay. Regarding our sensory, pain, touch, temperature, these are carried by the lingual nerve. Okay. These are the sensory component here, sensory nerve that would not make any relay or synapse here, that will go to supply this. Okay, it will pick up sensation, and like that it will pick up sensation from the sublingual gland, go to the lingual nerve. Okay, go to the trigeminal ganglion. Okay, and we know that the fifth cranial nerve comes out of the pons. So we got the three component, the parasympathetic, the sympathetic, and the sensory. Okay. Now we will summarize all the parasympathetic ganglion. Okay. Let's start one by one. We have the nucleus, Edinger-Westphal nucleus. We have the, let us say now, parasympathetic ganglions. Parasympathetic ganglions. We have the Edinger-Westphal nucleus. For what? This is the nucleus for the ciliary ganglion. Okay, it goes through the third cranial nerve. Again, we have gone through, it has topographical relationship, it has also the functional relationship. So this nucleus is associated with ciliary ganglion. Okay, we have the pterygopalatine ganglion. We have the superior salivatory nucleus associated with what ganglion? We have two ganglion. One is the pterygopalatine ganglion, and another one is the submandibular ganglion. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3 ganglion. We have another ganglion, that is our nucleus is inferior salivatory nucleus. Okay, and what is that ganglion? Associated ganglion, otic ganglion. Okay, which cranial nerve is functionally related to that? That is the cranial nerve number 3, the oculomotor nerve. What cranial nerve is associated with this? There is the facial nerve, CN7. What cranial nerve is associated with inferior salivatory nucleus? That is CN9, or glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay, that is a summary of our parasympathetic ganglions. So I will request everyone to look at my other videos of ciliary ganglion, pterygopalatine ganglion, and the otic ganglion. So we have gone through the submandibular ganglion. If you like my video, please support my channel. Please subscribe and share the information with your friends. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Have a nice day. Bye now.